This officer tried to get your side of the story. You don't want to cooperate, so we are going to listen to that one guy's side. And the staff that was inside, when you were yelling and being disruptive.
That's false.
Stop.
You stop.
Stop.
You stop.
I'm trying to
Don't talk down to me.
Okay, then
Here you go. Billy Buttcrack from the Billy Buttcrack News Network.
Okay. I need your actual ID, sir.
Oh. Sir, let me see that ID, please.
Okay. I'm going to need your actual ID.
I'm going to need yours.
Place you under arrest, sir.
For what crime?
For what crime? Right now, you're interfering. I'm investigating.
Interfering what crime?
You're interfering.
What crime?
Welcome back to ID Checker, where we highlight key clips and provide educational insights to ensure your rights aren't violated in your next encounter with the cops. Now, let's dive straight into the video.
What's your first name?
I gave it to him.
Dave.
James.
James?
Yeah.
Okay, James. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to request an attorney assist you prior to questioning, be with you during questioning if you so desire. If you're not an appointed attorney, you have the right to have an attorney appointed for you prior to questioning.
At this point, you guys are violating my rights by detaining me.
Did you understand
James, do you understand these rights?
I don't understand anything you guys are doing.
Do you not understand English, or you just don't understand?
I don't understand anything you guys are doing.
Did you understand your Miranda rights that officer just read you?
I don't understand anything you guys are doing.
Let's do this. This officer tried to get your side of the story. You don't want to cooperate, so we are going to listen to that one guy's side. And the staff that was inside, when you were yelling and being disruptive.
That's false.
Stop.
You stop.
Stop.
You stop.
I'm trying to
Don't
explain.
talk down to me.
Okay, then you're under arrest.
I'm under arrest
You're
for
under
saying
arrest.
for that.
For disorderly conduct. Yes. So you are not free to go. Sit there. We'll do some paperwork.
Guys, it's Tucson Police Department. They're arresting me for filming. They specific.
No, you're not being arrested for filming, so tell the story correctly.
So what's the story?
Okay.
That I asked them if they're trafficking children?
I told you that. You want to interrupt me. You don't want to talk to us.
You already told me.
We're not talking.
You're arresting me for asking them if they're trafficking
We're
children.
not talking. We're not talking.
Then shut up.
We're done talking. How you doing, sir?
You're arresting me for asking if they're trafficking children. And I have factual evidence that they are. Tucson Police Department. If I ask you uncomfortable questions, do I get arrested for that too?
Really?
Yeah, really.
Didn't we just have
Really?
a conversation now?
Really? Yeah, we really did.
We're not having conversations.
Hey, where's...
Okay. Write up a citation.
Well,
Write that or do you drag this off? You want to write that or you want this?
that's who he is, though. We can confirm that.
So he said I am under arrest, but it wasn't for the alleged crimes that were committed. It was because I wouldn't listen to him. And he specifically said that. Anybody, guys, go ahead and grab the live stream. I know you already have, but
We can go ahead and write a citation.
Yeah.
What's your first name? James? Is that right?
yeah.
James, I believe, and I'm speaking here for a minute, unless the officer says something else.
Yeah.
Riddle. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your intention is to cite and release him from here, but if he chooses not to sign the ticket, he's going to end up going to jail, right?
Correct.
So James, you're going to get a criminal criminal citation for disorderly conduct. So are you going to sign that ticket for your court date or no?
If the threat is to go to jail, if I don't, I will absolutely.
There's no threat. It's just what we have to do
Sure.
procedural wise. If
Yeah.
you don't sign it,
I'll sign it.
Okay, good enough.
Under duress, I'll sign it. Yeah.
It's not under duress.
No, it is.
No,
It's under.
not.
Yeah. It's a negotiation. So I'm going to negotiate for my freedom and go ahead and sign.
It's actually not a negotiation for your freedom. So I would appreciate it if, like, when we talk down there, and if you are live streaming this, that you be honest and tell the truth about it, and don't paint us with a brush that's false and not true. There's enough of that goes around.
Wow.
If you're a true journalist, you'll tell the truth and not manipulate what's going on. Okay, so do me a favor. We talked for 20 minutes down there in a pretty reasonable tone, right? So don't.
And now here you are, and now am I free to go?
No, you're not.
Well, then it's not very reasonable, then, is it? I'm surrounded by men with guns.
I'll tell you the other part that's reasonable.
I'm surrounded by men with guns.
the officer's offering to cite you a citation, give you a citation for the violation, the criminal violation that will put you in
Alleged.
jail.
Alleged.
He can put you in jail if he wants to.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, and he's still not doing that. So don't manipulate what's going on.
I get the threat of violence. I'm not arguing that.
There's no threat of violence. You mean us towards you?
Yeah.
How's there a threat of violence? And if you're live streaming this and filming this, you know that you're lying about that. So
I would never tell you, Ramsey, if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to take you and put you in a cage.
Tell the truth.
I wouldn't do that.
I'll tell you the only reason that I'm still talking to you about it, because if you really are live streaming, I don't want you putting stuff out to people on the internet that's false about us. We get enough of that crap already without having more people doing it.
Maybe we
Really?
just disagree on what a threat of violence is. Maybe if you think that legislation said that you can do it to me, that it's no longer violence.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop the conversation because it's really not going anywhere.
I wouldn't resist or do anything, but come on, if I were to get up and take off at this moment, you guys would tackle me.
Probably.
Right. Violence.
Because you're under arrest.
Right. I get it.
You can't
I get
flee.
that.
That's another charge if you're trying
Right.
to flee.
And I'm not going to. I'm not saying I will, I won't. You already told me I'm. But that's what that's what violence is. Whether it's legal or lawful or whether it's legitimate or whatever it is, it's still violence, right? If I were to get up and leave, you would initiate force against me to make me stay.
That's what I just talked to you about. And I know the sergeant doesn't want to have a conversation with you, but I'm not opposed to having that conversation with you, and the conversation I'm going to have with you, and I hope you are live streaming this, because what you just said, you're manipulating it. You're manipulating what we said. There was no threat of violence here. And if you go to take off and we tackle you because you're under arrest, that's not violence. That's you being a criminal trying to take off and leave under arrest. So don't sit here and manipulate it. You're manipulating.
Okay.
That's what's problem. That's the problem. Let me finish.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
That's what's a problem with some media and people that are filming things. They don't tell the truth.
Right.
And they manipulate it. And I got to be honest with you, I'm tired of it. Because we do a very, very difficult job out here. And when people start manipulating and filming it, like you just tried to do a minute ago, A, it's wrong, it's a lie, and there's no truth in your story of that when you start lying and manipulating it. So who should believe you? And it's not fair to us what we're trying to do.
Okay.
And the thing of it is, you can sit here and have an attitude towards us, and then you can go home later, 30 minutes from now, and somebody can break into your house, and we'll still be the same group of guys that come to try and save your tail. So don't manipulate.
Wait. Don't ever come to my house. I don't care what's happening.
You understand what I'm telling you. And there you go, you're manipulating it again.
I'm telling you right now, don't ever come to my house.
You're not
I don't care what the call is. You know, I called the cops about 7 years ago when somebody broke into my house. You know what happened? I ended up on my knees staring down the barrel of a cop's gun in my own driveway because they mixed up who the perp was and who the homeowner was. I get it. He didn't know. All he got was a call, and he came out and he saw me there. He had no clue. I don't blame him for it, but what I do see is that it was my responsibility to protect my property, my home, my family, and that for me to try to delegate that out to somebody else was just ludicrous, right?
Yeah, but
I'm not saying he did anything wrong.
The feel of this is, and you'll understand, I'm kind of going above and beyond here, talking to you a little bit and having conversation, which I don't have to do.
Ditto.
But what I'm saying, I can't comment on something that happened 7 years ago or whatever. And if that took place, I don't know whether it took place or not. I don't know whether to believe you because some of the stuff you're saying here, you're not being truthful with. Now that being said, if that did take place and was factual, why are you painting me with that same brush?
I didn't.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Because if somebody comes to your house with guns and tries to hurt you, I'd be the first one there to try and help you. So don't paint me with that brush.
Well, you know what? Whether it's true, whether it's factual or not, the way I feel about it is that you are the most dangerous individual that could come to my house with guns.
Well,
I've never been threatened with a gun at my own home by anybody except for police. No private individual has ever threatened me in my own home with a gun. And as far as the violence thing, look, I get it. You're saying that the violence would be legitimate, legal, and lawful. I won't argue that, right? It would be considered legitimate, legal, and lawful for you to tackle me if I ran.
And see, that's what you're manipulating right there, the violence. If you're under arrest right now and you run off, and we tackle you because you're under arrest and you're detained, now you're calling it, oh, it's violence because I committed a crime and by running off after I was under arrest, but it's your guys' fault because you tackled me.
Who's the
Really?
victim? Who's the victim of the crime?
If you run off?
No. The alleged crime that I committed, that you're saying I committed, who's the victim?
Really?
Yeah, really. What's that? DCS. So the government is a victim of a crime? So the government is a victim of its people, is what you're saying.
The individuals are victims that you're being disorderly to.
And by disorderly, you mean asking questions that they don't like. I mean, you're doing it right now. You're really upset that I have a different opinion.
I'm not upset. I would say it's more of bothered because I got to be honest with you. I get really sick and tired of people not being honest about things.
Well, I feel that
I really do.
I feel that I'm very honest
You're
about what
filming
violence
live
is.
streaming right now or not, I really don't care. But when you're not truthful and honest about things, I mean, you're manipulative. Yeah, I got a problem with that. I mean, be truthful.
Okay. Truth is, if I get up, you use violence against me. The only victim you're alleging here is the government. So the government is a victim of its people.
Well, I will tell you this. Okay.
You know, 80% of children, 80% of children are still being sex trafficked while we sit right here
Let me finish.
by CPS. You're protecting that right now.
See, there you go, manipulation.
You are protecting sex trafficking right now
You're
by
manipulating.
trying
And
to.
that's that trash right now that you're filming.
Well, I
and then
can't-
you're saying it's trash.
You're saying
And
I can't-
You're live streaming it.
You're
'Cause
saying
what
I-
You're saying is trash.
You're saying I can't
trying
go
to be
back and do my
manipulative.
story.
No, I'm not in support of sex trafficking. Don't be stupid.
Then why can't I go back and do my story?
Good Lord.
You're gonna trespass me.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to agree with the sergeant. I'm going to stop talking to you because now you're getting irrational and your thoughts are just way out there, man. Okay? So, I'm done too. Okay?
All right.
Alrighty.
Charging that business on the same rights as any other business. Just because it's a government institution doesn't mean that they can go there and do whatever they want.
Right. I understand that.
So they have the right to say if you don't have business there, you can't be over there. They have the right to do that.
Well, I left too, so. But that's why I was outside when you guys got there. Did you have business? My business was asking them about what that entity does. They didn't want to answer the
When
questions.
your bus comes, just come over. You can get on it, okay? All right? When it gets there, yeah, just keep an
You
eye
want me to
out.
move over there so she can sit down? I'm not going anywhere. It's kind of rude to have the lady have to stand and I get to sit down.
She's fine. I asked her to walk over there for her, and she's fine.
I'll go sit on the curb like a dog
You're
so
good.
she can come over here.
There you go again.
What? It's Tucson police. They're citing me for disorderly conduct because CPS is uncomfortable with the questions about.
Remember, James, right? James, tell the truth.
CPS is uncomfortable with
Tell
the
the
questions
truth.
regarding 80% of sex trafficked children coming from the foster care system. They were uncomfortable with the questions. They asked me to leave. I said to him, "Are you asking me to leave or are you telling me to leave?" He said, "Asking, asking, asking." Then finally he said, "I'm telling you to leave," and I said, "Okay, I'm leaving." So then I left, continued to ask questions from the sidewalk outside, as you guys saw. He didn't like the questions, so here we are. See, like I said, in China, the government won't go out and actually, in the open, actively suppress free press. That does happen in the US though. These guys will openly come out and say, you know what? They're uncomfortable with your questions. Therefore, that's disorderly conduct.
Hold on, stop. You're manipulating.
And you're getting cited for
Manipulate. I
that.
hope
And he's
you're
really
lying.
upset that it's true.
I'm not upset. You're
Pretty
manipulating.
sure
You're
China
lying.
suppressed the free press.
You're
No,
lying.
yes, they do. They do very much. But not, the police don't do it openly. They have people go and burn down your house when you're sleeping. They at least pretend that it was,
Promise I won't do that.
they at least pretend that it was someone else who did it. They don't do it they don't have the police come out in the open and do it. It's far worse, don't get me wrong. It's far worse having your home burnt down while you're sleeping, right?
I have a feeling that if this exact situation was taking place in China, that camera would not be running.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, no, I think I'd walk away today. I'd be dead tonight, though. Absolutely, I'd be dead I'd be dead before sundown. But the police would let me go. Openly.
The difference is basically we're here mediating a dispute. The officer investigating has determined there's probable cause to believe that an infraction or a violation of the law occurred. Because you're being cooperative, you're not going down to jail, you're not giving us any reason to believe you're not going to go to your court date. So you
Oh yeah, I'll be there. I can't wait to put them on the stand. I can't wait. I'm gonna subpoena all of you guys too, every one of you.
Well, you know,
tell
yeah,
the
that'd be
judge,
fine.
and the judge is the one who's
I know it'll be fine.
whether or not he finds you guilty or innocent. Not
Right.
me.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
the judge is going to listen to both sides and he'll make the determination.
Not my first rodeo. You guys know Mark Brown? Mark Brown? Anybody?
Fill me in.
Never been subpoenaed to court by Mark Brown? That's the best. You'll be there all day when he subpoenas you. He'll have you on the stand for 5 hours, asking you what you had for breakfast, asking you how many asking you how many craps you took today.
Really?
Yeah,
That's your analogy.
No, that's not an analogy. You can look up the videos. You guys want to waste time? I mean, yeah, Mark has, I think Mark has, geez, 2 current open federal lawsuits against Tucson police, but one of them was pretty egregious. That was when Sergeant Guinea grabbed him and he said, "I'm not doing anything wrong." And Guinea said, "I know you're not doing anything wrong, but I still have the right to arrest you." And we've got body cam footage of those exact words out of Sergeant Guinea's mouth. "I know you're not doing anything wrong, but I still have the right to arrest you." And minutes before that, they were seen on body cam plotting, and that same sergeant was saying, "Look, they're not doing anything wrong, they're not doing anything illegal, but the staff doesn't want them here." So this is typical Tucson police.
There you go, manipulating again.
All right, James, like myself, these officers explained to you, you are arrested, but you are being cited and released, okay? So this is a citation for you to sign. Okay, this isn't admission of guilt, just a promise to appear, okay?
All right.
So right here, this is where you sign.
All right.
That's the line right there, okay?
And I sign or go to jail, right?
That's it, yeah.
Okay. Can I put it on here?
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
All right, that's
All right,
it?
That's my copy here.
Oh, this is?
Yep.
Okay.
This is yours, okay?
All right. Is that, I hope that's your business phone. You know I'm going to do an open records request on that, right? You know I'm going to do an open records request on that, right? Yeah. Come on, get that one.
Let me get that.
Yeah.
That's not very nice.
Yeah. You know I'm going to do an open records request on that, right?
I really don't care.
Yeah. That's going to be the thumbnail of the video, is me flipping you off.
Okay.
Is that your personal phone or company phone?
It's none of your business.
You'll
find it if you
my
request
business.
it.
Either way, I can request it.
Okay. All right, we're done. Walk on. Have a good night, okay?
Yep.
Remember, the truth will set you free.
Yeah,
You're lying.
remember, you're a tyrant, a liar, and a piece of trash.
There you go again.
Is that disorderly conduct?
I hope you're lying.
Is that disorderly conduct? Hey, so are you actually supporting the CPS child sex traffickers or no? He doesn't want to answer.
I don't want to answer.
Do you always cite journalists for asking about sex trafficking?
Quit lying about things, James.
Do you always do that?
It's funny how you were nice to me down there, and now look.
It's funny how you detained me unlawfully and gave me a citation.
You won't play that video down there. You're going to manipulate.
Oh, I'll play it.
You're manipulating it.
And so, this story comes to an end, but its lesson still echoes. When freedom of speech is stifled, when asking questions becomes grounds for arrest, we must ask ourselves, what is truly under threat, public order or the truth? This situation makes one thing clear: power never limits itself. It is only kept in check by those who dare to stand up, dare to question, and dare to face the system. And so, the greatest lesson is this: if you don't defend your rights today, there may be nothing left to defend tomorrow. Next video now.
Ah, my uterus.
How you doing?
Hey, you scared me.
What you up to?
You startled me.
Sorry. What you up to, bud?
Just recording.
What for?
Oh, I'm BCNN.
For what?
BCNN.
What's that?
It's a news network.
Okay. You got an idea, anybody?
I do. Maybe. Here you go. Billy Buttcrack from the Billy Buttcrack News Network.
Okay. I need your actual ID, sir.
Oh. Sir, let me see that ID, please.
Okay. I'm going to need your actual ID.
I'm gonna need
have
yours.
To place you under arrest, sir.
For what crime?
For what crime? Right now, you're interfering. I'm investigating.
Interfering
a crime.
what crime?
You're interfering.
What crime?
You're interfering. With
Uh-oh, you
official acts.
might need to go get your supervisor. I know more about you than your job.
They
than
just
you
want to
do.
know what you're doing recording here, man.
I
That's all
told
wanna
you,
figure out.
BCNN, Butt Crack News Network.
Okay.
I'm getting content for a story, and you're interrupting it.
Okay. What story?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
Don't you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a boob inspector.
Okay.
Okay? Department of Titillations.
Okay.
Okay? I work for BCNN, Butt Crack News Network.
Okay.
My nickname is Billy. I go by Billy Butt Crack.
Okay. What's your actual name?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
Or let me see your ID first.
Okay.
JD Hartwig.
Yep.
Let me see your ID, young man.
Okay.
Please.
I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing out here for the business, bud.
Oh, for the business?
Yep. They're the one that called you.
I know. I was trying to get a job here. I asked them, and
Okay.
they left me hanging. I've just been standing here. I told them I want 7 figures.
Okay.
You know, I don't work for cheap. I don't work for that 6-figure BS. I want to be a millionaire, and I want it now. You know what I mean? So I'm out here doing a story. I'm BCNN. We're going to be the biggest news network in all of the world, not just America. Butt Crack News Network will be #1. I guarantee you. We're not CNN. We don't produce fake news. We're real news.
Okay.
BCNN. You're going to hear all about us. We are the best in the business.
Okay.
So I'm just out here trying to get stories, you know? I'm working on this one right now, and then I'm going to work on another one, you know?
Where at?
I'm trying to go to the lactation plant.
Which is where?
They have different hospitals for lactation. So I'm trying to figure out like the best milk content between fat and proteins, because we're trying to get the best protein milks possible. I know you heard of muscle milk before, right? Exactly. We're trying to get even a better product. And here I have this Fairfield Life. It's 50-50. I'm trying to get the absolute best. This has 50% more protein. How? Ultra pasteurized. We want to do that the same with breast milk. I don't know if we can, but we're going to fucking try. You know, we need the best products available.
Okay.
Would you care to try some?
No thanks.
I can assure you it's going to be some of the best milk you've tasted.
No.
And we're going to do it better at BCNN, Butt Crack News Network.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's also something if you want to help with the missing person report.
What missing person report?
I've been looking for this man. I've been looking all over for him. He goes by Beetle. Beetlejuice. Lester Green is his real name.
Okay. Hang tight. I'll be right back with you.
Okay. Beetle. Beetle, baby. I was thinking about taking a piss here, too.
What's that?
I was just looking at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About taking a wee over there or what?
Oh, you know, everyone has to pee, but
They do, but not in public.
yeah, no, peeing in public cannot be
Then
good.
We're gonna identify one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would rather not piss here today.
Okay, that's
Maybe when you guys aren't here, I'll sneak around and pee, but I probably won't.
No, probably
You know, I'm a good
But then
man.
If someone does see you, then they're gonna identify.
Oh
that.
my gosh,
You know
yeah,
what I
I don't want to pee.
mean? Yeah.
All right, I'll
Or
hold
you
it.
could go to
I'll
the
hold it
gas
in.
station and go there because it's inside.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's pretty good idea, I think.
Yeah,
So that keep you from getting in trouble. You know what I mean?
I don't want to get in trouble.
Exactly. Well, if you want to stay out of trouble, don't be outside.
Okay. Hey, do you like watching news networks?
Do I?
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan. I don't watch the news much.
I don't blame you because it's fake news, right? For the most part, it's propaganda based.
I just don't like it because they just seem to hem up on all the depressing stuff, and I don't want to hear it. So.
That's true, and I work for BCNN. We only do real news. We like to show the good and the bad. We do them both.
What you got going with NAPCO then?
They're government contractor nerds
Okay. For what?
for being nerdy.
Well, I know, but
Oh, like what? Oh, I just told him. So I'm trying to do, if you didn't see my badge on here, boob inspection, Department of Titillation. We're trying to produce the best milk. That's why I brought out Fair Life milk, 50% more protein. And we're trying to figure out ways that we can alter, if we could use breast milk for lactation purposes to produce it into protein-based drinks. Because you can get it's more natural for one. It comes from breast, and you know that's what we drink when we're babies. Why not drink it when we're older? We can get much better product for cheaper, and it's going to have more protein. I've been looking at certain scientific data that does show it has 7% more.
before we go down too far of a rabbit hole, what does that have to do with NAPCO? If you don't mind me asking.
I was told to come here. I can't release all the information why, but I am told that there are certain sources that say they have certain lactation plants possibly inside or something to do with lactation in itself next to the plastic.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, we do get a lot of, I mean, that's in a plastic container. So.
You know what? This isn't plastic, so.
It's not?
No, it is. No, you're right.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think this is recycled plastic too, if I read correctly.
it may be.
But so if you ultra filterize milk through the filtration process, that's when you reduce the fats in it. And I want to make it as lean as possible. Like this, I think it has, I don't know, 40% or something less than you would find in traditional whole. So it's just something to think about in the future, changing the milk. You know, why not use female breast milk? You know, is that a big deal? Why not inject men with estrogen? You could produce, you know, lactation products that way with breast milk. There's many different routes you can go in. You know, I think it's time in 2022 that we utilize everything that we can. So, I mean, especially, you know, if prices are going to go up, are breast milk going to go up? I don't think so. It's easy to pump that out. It's not that hard. So that's just something that we're working on currently. I have many different leads I was going to hit up, but it's just something to think about. You know what I mean? So, did you have anything else for me? Unless if you know any leads.
Like I said, just don't pee in public.
Oh, I won't pee in public.
That will be an issue.
Oh my gosh. All right, I won't. I'll sneak around. I'll go to, you know, gas station or
Yeah,
something.
that's perfect.
Have a good day doing your video.
All right, you guys have a good one. Take care, gentlemen. BCNN, don't forget it. Butt Crack News Network, one of the best. You'll hear about us. Have a good day, sir.
After this situation, the lesson is clear: not everyone with a badge understands the law, and not everyone who asks questions is a criminal. When power is challenged, it may react irrationally, but it is in those moments that the truth is revealed. Knowledge and composure are the strongest weapons against abuse of authority. If you don't know your rights, don't expect anyone else to protect them for you. Once again, I absolutely love these amazing creators. Make sure to use the links in the description to check out their channels and show them some love. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next episode.